Hallihallo, meine Freunde. I learned that from a German friend, and now I will always say hello like that. Today, on my little show, we will be doing a Q&A. It's going to get interesting. There are some personal questions, art questions. Some of you actually surprisingly asked me for advice. Am I the best person to give advice? You be the judge of that. Let us begin. Cats or dogs? Oh. If you could have any superpower, what would you choose? Telekinesis. I could just sit down, cuddled up, and just stare at my canvas and get a painting done. Hell yeah. I can make myself fly by lifting myself into the air. With telekinesis, there are so many possibilities. So telekinesis. Favorite thing to snack on? I am a carnivore. I don't really eat snacks, but when I do, it will most likely be jerky or a meat stick or something. I'm so sorry to my vegetarian and vegan friends. Is there any place you haven't been to that's on your bucket list? Germany. Are you surprised? What would be your ideal job? Full-time artist, selling my original artwork. Any artist listening knows how overwhelming commissions can be, and it's not that fun. It's not that fun. Sorry. You can still commission me. You can still commission me. Commission me, please. I need the money. What is your favorite place away from home? My favorite place is called the Lion's Den. It is a beautiful, beautiful place with a very long trail, beautiful scenery. You can go down by the beach area and enjoy the water. So yes, Lion's Den. It is an escape from the city and it's just nice. Lion's Den. This question I was very excited to answer because I'm biased like that. As a fellow MIU fan, how did you discover the movie? Why did it make an impact on you? For those of you that don't know, MIU is Mädchen in Uniform. It is a 1931 film starring Dorothee. It is the first talkie she's ever been in, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. I found it looking up top vintage lesbian films, and number one on that list, the oldest one that she could find, was Mädchen in Uniform. So I was like, I'm going to start from the oldest one. What impacted me the most about that film is that Manuela reminded me a lot of me when I was younger, especially because she falls for her teacher and she's confused about her sexuality and things like that. This is so common for young people her age. And of course, it is the film that introduced me to Dora's face. I'll never forget the way I felt when I first, artistically imprinted on her face. Look at her. Anyway, yes, that's how I found MIU, and it has been history since then. If gifted a tame bear next Friday, where would you go? Well, I would climb gently onto said bear's back. Then I would lean into his ear and say, "Hello, Mr. Tame Bear. I need you to use your power and intimidation and agility to carry me across states. Go to Germany, and you will use your bear powers and intimidation to force the German government to let me in without a passport. And it will work because you're a special bear. Like, you have the power of manipulation. It's odd. And then from there, I'm gonna need you to take me to Berlin in particular. We're going to infiltrate Friedhof Heerstraße Cemetery. I think that's what it's called. Let me double check. Friedhof, Heerstraße. By your sheer intuition will lead me to Dorothea's grave, and I will lay lavender down because once she said in an interview somewhere that she likes the scent. So do I. It is my second favorite flower. And then from then on, we can just go back home if you'd like, or go on an adventure for that Friday. The person who asked the question didn't say how long I can have said bear, so I'm assuming he will take my request, and perhaps he might like my company, and we can stay in Germany for a weekend, and then he'll take me back and go on his merry way to bless the next person. How do you come up with ideas? Usually my ideas begin with a very intense emotion.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
When I feel things, I experience them visually in my head. I experience them as visions almost, not like That's So Raven. So the first way I come up with ideas is that they come to me due to a strong emotion I'm feeling. These images will come to me. Here's the second technique I do to make up ideas. I take a piece of paper or dry erase board and I start thinking of all of the things I like aesthetically. What are my favorite colors? I write them down. What are objects I really like? I really love lanterns, pearls, lily pads, clocks, trees, women, portals, on keys, even feelings. Sometimes I will write down, or like descriptions, eerie, liminal space, and I write it all down, and then I look at it. I try to connect all of these objects and picture them as an image. Slowly but surely, a story will start playing out in front of you. It's kind of fun. It's like your brain telling you a story that you don't know yet, and you don't know the ending of that story yet. And why it's so exciting is because it's your brain. So in the future, if you're stuck on something, you try to do that. Go to the roots, go to the things that you like to look at. When you see images like that and you like them, start from that. I hope that helps you come up with ideas. I truly do hope. What's your favorite thing to paint? Faces. I really love painting faces. There's something about capturing emotions that I really enjoy, especially complex ones. There's so much storytelling you can do with faces. Human beings that can see faces are naturally influenced by expressions and don't even realize that they are. So, yes, faces are my favorite thing to paint. Do you like to explore subgenres or keep it open-ended? And then in quotes, pop, horror, etc. I try my best not to try to depict a certain genre, not because I don't want to, but because in the past, when I did, I had many fellow artists nitpick it. For example, when I first started understanding my style and how I wanted to express myself in art, I was so drawn to pop surrealism. Sometimes my S is whistle. I'm an old woman. Pop surrealism. I wanted to do, or I thought that's what I was doing, and apparently it was not. So then I stopped saying something specific. I would just say surrealism, dreamlike art in the hashtags. But I love genres like that and playing around with them. Now, I've never tried to do it the right way, but I usually mix them. I love dark surrealism, like horror. I like pop surrealism where it feels more bubbly and more colorful. If I could say one genre that I would strive to explore, I forgot what that's called, the historical art style. I don't know what that's called. Pre-Raphaelite? Can you tell I have never been to art school? I don't know jack. I'm actually really insecure about that, and it has prevented me from speaking to other artists at events because I am afraid I am not equipped to speak with them. feel like I am not on the same level. I feel very uneducated sometimes when it comes to art. That was a side note. What is the biggest theme in your work that you are doing right now? The exploration, discovery, and loss of love. Sounds cheesy, but love is the ultimate theme in my work right now. Trying to depict this complex emotion through images that I hope evoke emotions in you, especially complex ones, because they're hard for most humans to even explain to themselves. So I try my best to explore feelings that people are ashamed to explore, like loneliness, longing, feelings of inadequacy. I noticed another current theme is my childhood, trauma, nostalgia, and just trying to capture that weird feeling that I get when I experience nostalgia. It's not always good. As a matter of fact, the majority of time it's bad. Yes, that is my answer. What is your favorite piece of art? You're gonna be surprised by how cliche this is. Starry Night. It's Starry Night because when I was a child, it was the first piece of art I ever saw in my life that made me feel something. I was around 5 or 6 and we had to wait in a line to be seated. And I saw the piece ahead of me on the wall, and that Florida sun was shining on it so beautifully, and I was mind blown because the painting looked like a depiction of a city I used to dream about. It's like these tall buildings that kind of tapered off at the end, and everything was that color of Starry Night, the same colors, but all the lights in the city looked exactly like yellow moonlight. Like when you see those beautiful yellow moons, every home looked inviting, and I felt so at home in the dream. I used to love dreaming about that place because at the time I didn't even know what home really felt like. We moved around so much, I didn't ever feel the feeling of home at the time. So I'm thinking when I looked at that piece, it felt like home. So now when I look at it now, I feel that way about it. It makes me feel closer to home that doesn't exist. Closer to a home that my brain made up for me. But yes, Starry Night is my favorite painting. This next question I am extremely excited to answer. How do you know when you have a real muse and not just infatuation? I have met other artists that think they have a muse, but in reality, it is an infatuation or an outlet to express that thing. If it's a real person that you know in real life and you like them, most of the time that's an infatuation, and it is a tool you are using, whether unintentionally or intentionally, in an almost manipulative way, or as an outlet, right? And again, that is okay as long as you're not hurting anyone. To me, the big distinction, when I look at Dora with artist eyes, I connect to her beauty the same way I connect to the beauty of nature. It feels one and the same. It doesn't feel the same as when I admire her beauty outside of my artist eyes, when I'm just gushing or having cute aggression. It's very different. When you find a true muse, that person, that face, will fit into almost any idea you have. That's the perfect muse. Most of the time when artists find a muse, it's for something specific. Like it'll be for a specific theme that they're doing only, and then they have different models for other pieces. But you see how that's the difference. Finding a model you enjoy, that is just finding a face you admire, and it inspires you to paint. But it may only inspire you to paint one piece. To me, a muse continuously inspires you to create to the point where you feel overwhelmed by inspiration. That's how I know the difference. Because Dora, again, changed my fucking life. When I saw her face, she definitely changed the way I experience a muse. That is the best way I can answer that question. And if you disagree, that's okay too. We're gonna brainstorm. You can ask me questions. I'll brainstorm with you and challenge you. Hopefully. I hope I'm doing well. How do I start making art? It feels overwhelming and I don't know where to begin. Do not overthink any medium. You're afraid to start painting because you don't know what paints to buy. You don't know how to mix paints. You don't know what canvases to buy. Don't worry about it. If you want to paint, go to the Dollar General or Walmart. I would suggest get yourself black and white and then perhaps a couple of other colors you enjoy. Get the first canvas that calls to you. Go home. Don't worry about technique. Don't worry about how to, just put the fucking paint down on a cereal box cover you're not using anymore. Grab a cup you don't give a shit about. Fill it with some water. Put that canvas down on your table. Take the colors you like and just start mixing colors. When you get something you enjoy, just start putting it on the canvas. Literally, don't even think about it. You want to learn how to draw? Don't even buy supplies yet. Get a pencil or a pen, some notebook paper, print paper. Who cares? Grab anything you can draw on that you don't want or need. Go to YouTube and look up something you really like and then beginner art tutorial. Okay, I like cats. So I'm gonna look up how to draw an easy cat. And literally just start there. Start for fun. Do it when you feel like it. Do it when you feel like it. So just start. Just do it. Just do it. That's the best advice I can give you if you want to start making art. Just do it. We're going to start with one that really tickled me. Are you really a witch? Have you done any spells? Yes, I am really a witch. And yes, I have done spells. I used to be Wiccan simply because it was an easy transition for me, considering I was Christian before. And Wicca, I like to teasingly call it the Christianity of paganism. My craft is more so based on energy, meditation, manifestation, trying to project as much positive energy as I possibly can, and finding magic in the little things. And I don't like to take things too seriously unless it's something that needs that energy. For example, spells. Please do not go messing around doing spells, especially spells written by other people. Don't do that. If I were you, go find how to make a spell online and make your own. Do something from your own heart, and definitely do not meddle in spell work that can possibly have karma, bad karma. Whatever you give out to the universe comes back threefold. So let's say your dumbass does a love spell. First of all, don't you fucking dare ever do a love spell, okay? Don't do it. If you're doing a love spell to get a specific result out of a person and you know what you're doing, you're a selfish piece of shit because you're doing that without their consent. Not only that, but you're going to end up in a very terrible situation. It is not worth it. Okay? So some spells may seem harmless, but you have to think about what it involves, what sort of energy it takes, what sort of energy you're giving out to the universe, and how it's going to affect everybody involved, including yourself. Whether you're Wiccan or not, if you are a witch, the best thing you should do, and this is what I live by, and harm none, do what ye will. As long as you're not harming anybody else, you can do whatever you want with your ability, with your energy, with your craft. But yes, I am a witch, and yes, I do spell work. How did you know your sexuality, and when did you come out? My first crush was Winnie from Hocus Pocus. I was unaware that it was unnatural to be smitten over someone of the same sex. And I would say things which my grandmother would just brush off, but I would say things like, when I grow up, I want a wife just like Winnie. I didn't realize, I didn't tell myself, look myself in the mirror and say, you are queer, until I absolutely became obsessed with Lady Gaga. Well, at the time I thought I was bisexual. Now I realize I'm pansexual. I think I got that right. I don't care what gender you are. You can be from fucking planet XR9. If I like you, I like you. But at the time I thought I was bisexual because of Lady Gaga. So the one that really made me realize I'm sexually attracted to a woman was Love Game. And it's the part where she's laying on the bench and she puts her legs up. Her legs look excellent. Oh, my poor gay little heart. But yes, that's when I realized I was gay. How I came out, when I got kicked out from where I was living because of my sexuality, when I actually came out, it was when I was able to live with my mother again. I told my social worker, I'm scared. My mom also wouldn't want me living in her house because of my sexuality, and I don't want to hide that ever again. At this point, I would rather be in a foster home. So she said, we'll go together and talk to your mom. So we did. We went to the kitchen, we brought it up, and my mom's first reaction, oh, thank God. That's alright. You can't scare me like that. I thought you were pregnant or on drugs or something. Are you fucking crazy? I don't give a fuck that you're gay. Something like that. That's almost exactly how she reacted. And that goes to show you how bad trauma can get to you when you're a child. I was so traumatized by my loved one's view of me that I even forgot who my own mother was. I forgot her personality. And I felt silly for thinking that she wouldn't still love me. So that's how I came out, and that's how I knew about my sexuality. Yes. This one was another quite forward question, but they had me in the first half, and then when I read the second part, I'm like, okay, this is kind of a sweet question. How many relationships have you had your entire life? Did you learn anything important from them? I have only had 2 relationships. You know you're with the right person if when you lay down at night, you don't yearn for anyone else. Every time you feel a sense of yearning or romance, it's your partner that's in your mind's eye. That doesn't mean it's unnatural to have cute little celebrity crushes or look at other people and still be able to see that they are attractive. Being with your partner doesn't mean that you automatically become blind. If you see someone beautiful, you're going to see someone beautiful. So that's not what I'm saying. What your heart yearns for will always be them. And if you lay down at night and a part of you yearns for something else, you're not with the right person, okay? I unintentionally hurt people, which is why for so long I decided I'm not going to date. It doesn't work for me. What I learned from those relationships was how to listen to my heart. I learned the difference between being with someone because you want them and you really yearn for them versus trying to go with emotion. I learned how to be more authentic with my love. And if that meant being alone for now, that's okay. I would much rather have that than continue hurting people and making them feel like they're not good enough simply because they didn't feel my wanting, because the wanting wasn't there. And that was a big deal for me. I learned a lot about myself. I hope that makes any sense. I did one of those things where I was expressing my honest answer, but then immediately my words left me, like I forgot what I just said already. Does that ever happen to you guys? Do you ever have mind blanks? Like, as if, what are they called again? I forgot what they're called. But do you ever feel like you got the little thing that makes your memory go away from that one movie right after you're done talking, even if it was something serious? I hate when that happens. How do you feel about religion? Are you religious? I am fascinated by it. I'm constantly open-minded and learning new things, but the way my brain absorbs religion is more so like the way it absorbs history. They're just so fascinating because there's good and evil and beauty and ugliness. The way I view it, I find it fascinating, and I respect people with their own religions. And I respect the way you choose to live your life as long as you're not hurting anybody. Am I religious? No. I do not follow a specific set of rules based on a belief system. I just believe in energy, the connection we have to the universe as human beings, and the connection we have to one another as human beings on this planet. That's what I believe in. So yes, that's my answer. Are you single? How do you deal with loneliness? If not, how did you know you were ready to start dating? Yes, I am single. And the way I deal with loneliness is art. I make art. I try my best to spend time with my friends and make memories and acknowledge my loneliness and not let it feel like an enemy, or I try not to be a stranger to myself. How do you know when you're ready to date again? I'm not in a relationship right now, but I do know how to answer that question. You know you're ready for dating when you find someone you feel that yearning for, not just, I want a partner, so let me go start dating. Because that's also kind of selfish in a weird way. If you're only doing it because you want specific things, you're probably not ready. If you're trying to date simply because you're lonely and you want someone to fill that hole, please, here we go again. Do not make my mistake, okay? If you are lonely and that is the only reason why you want to start dating, don't do it, because that yearning in your heart will not be filled. That loneliness, that empty hole is not going to be filled by dating people that genuinely want to start a journey and get to know you. That is not fair to them, because most likely they're serious about it and you're wasting their time. Get some therapy first, okay? Get some therapy first. So this next question was actually asked during a conversation I had with one of my close friends, and I asked her, is it okay if I just put it in my video? How do you prevent being clingy? I tend to get too attached to my friends and partners. If you struggle with clinginess or oversensitivity to your friends and giving them space, usually from what I've noticed and experienced in my life, that stems from like fears of rejection, abandonment trauma. You constantly need reassurance from your partner and your friends. Here's what I would tell you, and this is what I told my friend. Remember that your partner and your friends, you're not walking on the same road leading to a certain destination. You are walking your own separate roads that lead to the same destination. And sometimes that other road might veer off to a whole fucking different area, so far away from your road. That doesn't mean you're not still a part of each other's journey through life, especially with Christian relationships. No offense, please, no offense. Is that idea that you are now one. You are one. Please don't. Do not lose your individuality. You are one human being. They are another human being. And you both are choosing to live life together. Please remember that. At least if you take it literally like that. As a friend, sometimes you might have friends move to completely different states. If your friendship is centered by real love, trust me, that's not going to matter. And they're always going to be there. And it's going to be okay, boo. It's going to be okay, boo. You know who you are. I don't want to sound rude, but I'm curious. I notice you have self-harm scars. When did it begin and how did you stop? That is not a rude question at all, to me personally. It started when I was 12. It stopped in 2020, and that was the worst episode I had yet. There's no control in it whatsoever, and those are likely the scars you've noticed. How did I stop? Unfortunately, I had to reach rock bottom. The first way I stopped was through techniques I learned in therapy. The old rubber band technique on the wrist, you just, if you need to do that. I also tried the painting on my arm instead. That didn't work for me personally. It just made me want to do it. I did just try a lot of therapy techniques, self-love rituals, like doing my makeup when I felt like harming myself. I would do something that would show my body love instead, like in replacement. And it worked for many years. It came back again in 2020 when I forgot how old I was. When I was 24. I was able to stop that time when I relapsed, because it was just bad. It was really bad. And I was very dissociated when it was happening. And just seeing the damage I did to myself in the process of healing, physically and emotionally, was just astronomical. I have slipped up since then, but I continue to focus on self-love and be kind to myself. So I'm not going to make any assumptions about you, but if you yourself are struggling with this, please do not forget to be kind to yourself and be patient with yourself. Very patient. I hope that life is kinder to you. That's what I'll say. How do you be yourself when you're odd? How do I stop caring what people think? Try your best to picture in your head that you live in a realm where everyone dresses like this, and this is exactly where you belong. In this realm, you are fucking slaying, okay? And everybody knows it. And there's no need to be shy when you step out. It's easier said than done, 100%, but just try to think of it that way. Like, try to just have fun with it, and don't think of yourself as odd in a bad way. Literally lie to yourself if you have to. Lie to yourself. But yes, remember, this is your world, and in this world, you fucking slay. Alright? Slay, queen! By the way, that was also a question from one of my friends. I feel like they're making fun of me at this point. Just trying to ask me questions so I have questions to add on my video. This question is one of my favorite ones out of all the personal questions, and it was asked by someone I don't know that well. So it took me off guard and I liked it. How do you know the difference between falling in love versus in like? It kind of circles back to what I said before. You know when it's real love, when you're falling in love because you actually yearn for them, and it feels like the greatest blessing on this planet. When you feel that kind of certainty, that is falling in love. Does that mean for sure that it's going to be forever? No. And first of all, we don't fucking know how long forever is, man. I could die tomorrow. You could die tomorrow. So, not to scare you, I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. I've only fallen in love once, so I'm going based on my experience. Falling in like is madness. Madness, I tell you. Madness, I tell you. You will feel like you're experiencing psychosis. Okay? When you're falling in like, you're gonna lose every ounce of common fucking sense. Falling in like is delusional. You gotta hang on to the damn reins. Hang on to those reins. Please control yourself throughout that part. Stay calm. Breathe with me. Here, hold my hand. Hold my hand when I say this. You're delusional right now, alright? And that's okay. You're gonna enjoy this journey, but be patient, alright? Please hold in the urge to start smothering them with your presence, okay? But yeah, that's how you know that you're falling in like. You'll lose your fucking mind. As someone who's kind of going through this right now myself, I will say, see, oh my god, I lost my train of thought. 1 second, let me pause it. Okay, I kind of lost my marbles there again. You see what I mean? See what it can do to you? If you're falling in like, stay calm. Don't overthink it. Just be yourself. Be authentic. Always. Because if it's authentic through and through, you don't really have much to be afraid of and much to doubt. Okay? And perhaps that falling in like for each other can turn into falling in love. And then you can follow your little separate paths that lead the same direction together. And it would be a wonderful little adventure. Okay? So, my sweet, I'm sending you so much love and so much good luck, okay? I really hope this works out for you. Alright? Look at us. Look at us. We made it to the end. I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun. I hope you laughed, maybe. Something. I hope I didn't waste your time, okay? And I'm really looking forward to the next little Q&A videos we can do. And I mean, I did not expect all those questions about advice and shit. You guys trust me? Aww. You guys respect my intelligence enough to ask me for advice? Oh, darling. Thank you. I look forward to the future. Future. I hope you guys don't get used to me being calm. I'm already losing the calm energy, by the way, if you can't tell. So yeah, don't get used to that. But again, I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for visiting my Des Says channel and listened to Des saying things. I hope you enjoyed it. Darling.